Good morning, miners. It's Pakratt here again. Your daily dose of insanity is now arriving. Yeah, I wish it was daily. I'll work on that. Um, I love how the moment I said that I was going to be able to start doing more frequent feeds, a whole bunch of junk went down and made it so that I couldn't do anything the next couple days. You gotta love that. You gotta love how that works. It's like a gimme. So I'm back to try and, well, do it again. But I did say in my last episode that one of the things that I wanted to do is I wanted to make a randomizer, something that I could do where I could just have it set up so that I can, instead of trying to figure out what it is I'm going to do per episode, I can just have something where I don't know, I push a button in, it just tells me, okay, today you're working on this. And I got to thinking about that, and one of the things that was in Guudites last time is you probably have seen it. What they did is they took a dispenser and they put it up against a wall somewhere, and inside they would put like a bunch of random objects, like 2 pieces of clay, and 2 of those, and 2 of those, and they would use that to determine who is going to be who in a team. And I completely, let's just do a button real quick. And go like that, bam, okay, you're on the obsidian team. Okay, now the next person on the dirt team, yada yada. And that is one of those things that, well, this is Guudites. Should probably have something like that, but why limit it to just 9 things? There are a lot more than 9 people on this server. I'm thinking that I want to go a little bit large. Bigger scale than that. Not something so tiny and simple as that. I'm thinking that this is the perfect thing to put on this back wall here. What I'm thinking I'm going to do is I'm going to set it up so that you have... do I have any chests on me? Of course I don't have any chests on me right now. Let me go get a few chests, because I got the droppers and the yadas and stuff like that, but I need a few more items. I need some of these. Chests. I usually have a ton of chests. I have 1 chest. Okay. A few more chests, please. There. A few more chests. So, here's what I'm thinking. What I'm thinking is, first we're going to have a chest to the side, right over here or something. Doesn't really matter. But this is going to have a whole bunch of books in it. We'll just pretend the obsidian that I'm carrying is books, because I didn't have enough leather to make a bunch of books right now. Now, inside each one of these books is going to be, like, and it's probably going to be a one chest. Doesn't need, I don't think we're going to need more than 27 slots. 9, 18, 27 yet. We're not going to need more than 27 things. So I'll probably have 27 books in there. And down here will be the second chest. Inside this chest, you put the number of decisions that you want to make. Like, if you have books 1 through 27, then you put 1 through 27 in here. If you only have 6 people that are playing, then you put 1 through 6 in there. If you have 19 people who are playing, you put 19 in here, so on and so forth. The same thing for if I want to make a bunch of decisions. I will use the number of decisions that I have, write them down in a book, and just label them 1 through 19. Now, I can do that easily enough. And then we come over here and we put 1 through 19 in the chest, and we set it up. Then we click a go button, and it goes ahead and it feeds everything down into a randomizer thing down here. In that randomizer, it then comes back up, and it comes back up here and spits out the result to the dropper, and it spits it out one at a time. And I'm thinking that you can probably, I'm trying to decide how we want to do this. Do we want to have it so that it randomizes each time, or do we want to have it so we can, like, put a button here and it's like, okay, now spit out 1. Okay, now for the next one, let's do a second one. And let's do a third one. I don't know if I'm that good. I know I can set it up so that we have, like, the 1 through 19 here, and it can spit out, like, 1, and then send the rest over here. I think. Either way, this is going to be interesting. So here's how I want to do it. What I want to do is I want to take... This is why I have droppers on me. Dropper. Dropper. Thank you. Dropped. Thank you. Okay. What I want to do is I want to take all these droppers, and I want to go like this. like that. So they're all facing each other, right? Now that we got them all facing each other, if we put a bunch of redstone torches around them or something like that, it doesn't really matter if it's redstone torches, it's just something where we have a tiny clock that goes around these and just basically spins the items around. So we have the chest that's up here. Let's do the hopper first. We'll do a hopper, like say the hopper's coming from that. And the hopper goes in this one. And it's got a chest. This is the chest that is coming from right here, okay? So the items go in, right? And when the items go in, the items wait. So you have a redstone torch that's deactivating this one. And the items go in. And as the items go in, they, after the torch is deactivated, they go in, they fill this one up, and then it starts spinning the items around. And after a predetermined amount of time, we then have a second hopper, like right here. I can't place it because there's, something there. And that will take all the items out and send them up a hopper tube, where it's going to send one straight out to this one up here, and the rest back into here. That's my theory. Whether or not I can get this to work, I don't know. But I just want to give you guys an idea of what it is I'm trying to do before I do it, because this is going to be an interesting little project that is probably going to take me more than a few minutes. So I just wanted to give you guys an idea of what I'm going to be doing, and we'll see what I come up with. So, I'll be back with you guys in a bit. Okay. So, I've messed around with this for a bit longer. It's looking feasible. Okay, so here's what I got so far. First, we got the dropper, the chest over here with... Why do I get... Let's just move the obsidian out here. We got the chest over here with all the random books that's going to be in it. I have been breeding the cows over here. Trying to get enough leather so I can make all the books. Got a bit to go. I gotta go get some more wheat. So let's go get some more wheat and breed all of them again so I can... I wish I had a looting sword. I do not. Should probably work on that. I got enough to work on, though. Problem when you got so many things to do at once, you got to determine which one it is you want to care about, right? I guess the next thing that I'll work on is a good sword. I need another good sword anyways. This one's about to die, so... I guess it's not a horrendous idea. So let's go ahead and feed him again. Here, cow. Here, cow. Here, cow. Here, cow. 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 And all the cows? I think that's all the cows. Yeah, those cows got together. Okay. Getting experience from them anyway, so might let that go. Oh, hi. Excuse me. Going back inside. Nice knowing you. Okay, so that has absolutely nothing to do with what I'm talking about. Okay, so let's go back down here. So far I've got it feeding down into a nice little chain like this right here. I was gonna do it where it goes on the circle this direction, where it goes around here. But then I realized something, that I can do the redstone just fine by doing it vertically. If you look right here, I got nice little redstone chain set up so that basically as soon as you hit this... Let's go ahead and just start this sucker up. Redstone right here, right like that, and we go. Bam, bam. A little clockety going here. I haven't determined the way of turning the clock on and off yet. That's going to be an interesting issue, but we'll get back to that. But that just sends off a signal to this block, which sends a signal to this torch, and to this torch, which sends a signal to this block, and this block, and this block, and that block, that block, that block. Nice little chain going on that makes this stuff spins like crazy. Works pretty good. If I don't have any items in there, do I? No. No, I do not. Actually, they're all in here. Okay. Let's put some items in here, huh? You know what? Let's just go ahead and put a piece of redstone, dirt, some of that, stick, and a piece of string, button, cobble, And it's spinning. So you can actually watch it if you... Why aren't you spinning? Where is everything? Where's all the stuff? Oh, I know. Okay, hold on. Let me go turn something off. The lever up there is currently powering a block that I need to be not powered. So if I turn this lever off here, it turns off this block here, which allows that to flow down. These blocks can be off at the same time. As long as that block's off, then this is off, and that's going to do that. Okay, so that should make it flow again. Let's go. Watch it flow. Just like... Are you flowing? You're not flowing. Where are you now? You're still here. Why are you there? What the heck? There's no power going to this. So why? Okay, obviously there's still a few complications, but freaking heck. All right, let's just... Can I just turn you off? Why aren't you flowing? You're not doing anything. Why aren't you doing anything? You're flickering. Are you flickering too quickly? Can I get out of here? I can't get out of here. So, yeah, I've been having a lot of fun trying to figure out this freaking redstone. Let's try increasing this a little bit, I guess. See if that slows it down a little bit. Does that make you turning on and off now? Very good, you derpy piece of crap. Okay, so now that's flowing. Now, yeah, it was going a little bit too quick. So now we should be able to watch items. Yeah, see? There we go. I hate redstone. But that makes it so items are now flowing randomly. Now, that's the first thing. The first thing, all the items are going to go into that first chest. And when I flick the switch, it'll turn off that block, which will let items flow through here. And then they'll go through this whole clock thing. After a predetermined amount of time, I want the clock to then turn off. Well, to keep running for a little bit longer and then flow all the items out of the system by turning this particular one on. So once this is on, all the items will flow out into a chain of things that'll start here. Okay, once this starts here, then it'll take it and flow it up here into a hopper setup. I can probably kill the clock now. Let's go kill the clock. Die. Thank you. You're ticking. Which will then send all of the items up here through hoppers and droppers and yadas and such like that up to this point where they should be able to go into this block right here where they'll just sit there and wait. They will wait until I flick the lever again. When I flick the lever again, it'll then turn this block on, which will turn this block off and turn this block on. When it turns this block on, it plops one item out of this, which would be the thing that you're determining by random. And then it turns this block off, which turns this back on. And when it turns that on, everything flows back out into the chest again. At least that's the theory. I am stumped on this part. Okay, first of all, getting the hoppers to bring everything back up here again. That's just going to be a pain in the rear. I'm not too happy about that little setup right there. But that's neither here nor there. That can be connected up to the clock and do the whole thing with that. We can figure that out. But this is where I can't figure out what to do next. Okay, let's say that I do have the hopper set up. I don't even have a hopper, do I? I am out of hoppers. Did I actually use all 3? 1, 2. Yeah, I did use all 3. Alright, well, let me borrow this one. Nothing in it, right? Yeah. Give me that. Hopper. Where'd you go? Get over here. This is where I'm lost. Okay, so let's say that I do get all of the hoppers to bring it all the way up here and bring it over to this spot. Okay, so now we're going to put... And then we have the items flow right to here, right? So how do we turn this hopper on and this hopper off? Now I'm lost. I am completely and utterly stumped. I can't figure out a way to turn that on, that off, or that off, and that on. Because it's, this block right here is what's being powered. I can't power this one down here because there's a hopper right here. The hopper I just took from here. I can't power a block down here to power this hopper. Because if I power this hopper, then I power this hopper. And I can't power this hopper right here from down here because I'm powering this hopper. I'm powering this hopper. I can't do all 3. It just doesn't work. So I'm stumped. I'm probably gonna... I really do like this idea. I like the idea of having the hoppers going into the large spinning order because this allows for a lot of items. This allows for 9, 18, 27, 36, 45, 54... I don't know, 9 times 9. So it's 81 different items to be flowing through it. Well, probably more likely 80 because you got to have one extra spot for them to actually move. But since there's only 27 that could possibly go in, then those 27 items would get nice and spun around like crazy. And that would make it very, very randomized once you get up to this spot. I like that idea, and it does have a lot of advantages because it makes it so that you don't have to worry about only 9 items. But I'm lost. I don't know. I don't know. I've been fiddling with this for the past 2 hours. I'm getting sick of it. I'm done. What I'm going to do for determining the random things that I'm going to be doing, I'm just going to do a simple dropper. I'm just going to get get this. I'm going to pick 9 things that I'd like to work on for a while. Pop them in that sucker and flick the dang switch. That's basically what I'm going to do, and I'm going to live with it. So... that's going to be it for right now. Until I come up with a better, or someone else comes up with a better design for this thing, it's stuck where it is. I mean, I'm wondering if this is even good down here, because the fact that you're going to have to go all the way from down there, all the way back up to there, that's kind of a pain. I'm wondering if it's a better idea to just take the items and swing them over this way, and have it spin over here. That way it's got less distance to travel to get back to here again. I don't know. I don't know. I'm stumped, and I'm done. Because I hate Redstone, and I've been messing with it for 2 hours. I'm done. It's that simple. Alright, so next time, what I'm probably going to do, I'm probably going to put in for the draw, the hub, the roof, the corner hallway, moving the animals downstairs, and a few other things. I'll probably put a bunch of those in there. We'll flick the switch. We'll see what we're going to do. Hopefully I can get that done tomorrow. I'm going to tell you right now that I'm trying to rush right now because I kind of want to get done and move on to Terraria because that came out yesterday and I was not able to play it because I was playing TFC. So I was playing the other Terraria game that I played. Terraria and Terra Firma. You know, every time I type in one for a wiki, I get the other. It's kind of fun because they both start almost exactly the same. But I'm going to stop for right now because I need to stop. It's driving me crazy and I need a break. So that's going to be it for right now, guys. I'm really hoping the next episode is less frustrating for me because this was... Oh, I'm twitchy now. I'm twitching. Alright, but that's it. You guys have a good one.